the king.
So, you think you guys got a lot in common?
In some aspects, yeah, we do.
How are you guys different?
Both.
Terence Crawford isn't leaving anything to chance in preparation for his upcoming clash with Canelo Alvarez. Instead of training solo like he typically would, Crawford has strategically brought in a crucial addition to his camp, the first boxer who ever handed Canelo a professional defeat. This move shows just how serious Crawford is about this challenge. Understanding the importance of adapting to a heavier weight division, he's also made the conscious decision to begin his training camp earlier than usual. This extended preparation window allows him to gain the required weight gradually while also giving his body enough time to adjust before their September showdown. Interestingly, Crawford plans to take a brief mid-year break to recharge, but his main goal remains laser-focused, being ready, both mentally and physically, for the toughest test of his career. In the build-up to this massive fight, Crawford welcomed none other than Floyd Mayweather into his training camp. Their collaboration turned out to be highly productive, as Mayweather didn't waste any time getting hands-on with the technical aspects. As many would expect from the defensive genius, Floyd zeroed in on refining Crawford's defense. They devoted hours to drilling the signature shoulder roll technique, improving footwork, and mixing in clever body feints. It wasn't just a cameo by Floyd, it was serious work aimed at making Crawford a more complete and elusive fighter ahead of the Canelo clash. To provide context, when Mayweather fought Canelo Alvarez, the Mexican phenom was only 23 years old while Floyd was well into his 30s. Despite the age gap and Canelo's rising star status, Mayweather's defense was near perfection, frustrating Canelo over 12 rounds and making clean punches a rarity. That defensive masterclass remains one of Mayweather's most celebrated performances. Over the years, Floyd has offered training guidance to several elite fighters, including Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, and Gervonta Davis. Now, Terence Crawford is the latest to benefit from Mayweather's immense boxing IQ. During a recent session, Crawford opened up about what it meant to learn from one of boxing's all-time greats. Some fans might wonder why someone like Terence Crawford, who boasts an undefeated record in over 40 professional bouts, is turning to Mayweather for mentorship this late in his career. The answer lies in context. Crawford's upcoming fight will mark his first time competing in the 168-pound weight class. It's a big leap, and even for a fighter as skilled as Crawford, entering uncharted territory means seeking wisdom from someone who's already conquered it. That's why Crawford tapped into the experience of Mayweather, a 5-division world champion. Floyd recently spoke about his memorable bout with Canelo, which also involved competing around a similar weight class. The insight Mayweather provides isn't just technical, it's also strategic and psychological, helping Crawford navigate the terrain both inside and outside the ring.
Gave the sport of boxing their whole life and sacrificed a lot inside that square circle. They should feel that way. So if he feels that way, more power to him. I had one fight, and the fight wasn't actually.
Floyd went on to explain an important backstory regarding that iconic match. There was a catch weight in that fight, but the idea wasn't mine, he said. Canelo thought I was scared, that I wouldn't fight him, and he offered to meet at 152 or 152.5 pounds. I called him on it. But what people forget is, there was no rehydration clause. Canelo weighed in at 152, but by fight night, he was likely around 168 or maybe 170. Meanwhile, I came in at around 151 or 152. This highlights Floyd's ability to outbox much larger opponents, something Crawford is aiming to replicate.
It was at a catch weight, but it wasn't my idea. So at one particular time, you guys can, anybody, you can go online and pull this up. It was an article. So with Canelo said, I believe Canelo at one particular time thought I was scared of him.
Perhaps this is exactly why Crawford sought Mayweather's mentorship, understanding that he still has plenty to learn about fighting in a heavier division. Even though comparisons between Crawford and Mayweather are frequent in the boxing world, Crawford has never been shy about giving Floyd his flowers. "He's the king," Crawford admitted, acknowledging Floyd's unmatched legacy and elite status.
Hit, not get hit, and to make the adjustments that he's made to certain fighters. You know,
Crawford elaborated on their similarities, saying, "There are definitely things we have in common, but we're different too. I take more risks." Early Floyd did the same. It just depends on which version of Floyd you're talking about, money or Pretty Boy. Pretty Boy went after people. Later, due to hand issues and bigger opponents, he adapted. Crawford's analysis adds depth to how he views Mayweather's evolution, and by extension, how he sees his own transformation.
boxing, I think, you know, I take more chances,
Excuse me, Crawford?
you know, right now. But earlier in his career, he was taking a lot of chances as well. So, you know.
While both fighters are held in high regard, debates rage among analysts and fans over who would win in a hypothetical matchup. One media outlet even picked Crawford as the likely victor. Still, it's hard to discredit Mayweather's technical superiority and his ability to dominate fights with pure boxing intellect. Crawford himself acknowledged the level Floyd brought to the ring was something truly special.
Depends on which Floyd Mayweather you talk about. Do you talk about money or do you talk about Pretty Boy? Because Pretty Boy was the seek and destroy.
Mayweather's career was marked by surgical precision. His jab, timing, and counterpunching made him a nightmare to hit cleanly. These tools allowed him to defeat a who's who of boxing elites across multiple weight classes, making his case as one of the best defensive fighters ever.
Rich from the left hooks again. And the lightning hand speed extraordinary. Left hook drops him. And then he hit his head off the mass here at the engine.
Crawford commented on the distinct phases of Floyd's career: Pretty Boy Floyd, who was an aggressive finisher, and Money Mayweather, who relied on defense and ring generalship. Both personas contributed to his legacy. In a similar vein, fans are still captivated by Crawford's recent dominance over Errol Spence Jr., proving he's also capable of adapting and dominating.
He drops him again. That's a hard knockdown.
Against Spence, Crawford's jab cut through defenses and his counterpunches landed with perfect timing. These weren't just routine combinations, he delivered the kind of performance that left fans speechless. While Mayweather's skill set is nearly untouchable, Crawford's explosiveness and high-pressure style offer something uniquely dangerous. A fantasy matchup between the two remains a hot topic, with no clear winner in sight. We've often seen Floyd lure opponents to the center, gather data, then systematically break them down. His unmatched ring IQ and discipline around the hit and don't get hit mantra brought him an unblemished record. Crawford, too, has shown similar intelligence, especially with his sharp angles and knockout power. Their resumes speak volumes: Floyd with 50 wins, 27 KOs, and Crawford with 40 wins, 31 KOs, still active and dangerous. Let's not forget how Crawford dismantled Spence, dropping him 3 times en route to a 9th-round TKO. Spence had run through top-tier fighters like Kell Brook and Shawn Porter, but against Crawford, he looked helpless. Meanwhile, Mayweather used the Philly shell to absorb shots and deliver devastating counters, a different approach, but just as effective.
Look at this Spence, unbelievable. Young boxing fans that are watching Floyd Mayweather, you're seeing one of the greatest defensive fighter of all time. I mean, that's how strong. Beware, and then he's nowhere. You think you can. And again, it's not just hand quick.
Although Crawford is slick on defense, Mayweather's mastery made it nearly impossible to land clean. A matchup between prime versions of both would be thrilling, Crawford bringing early pressure, Mayweather absorbing and calculating. As the fight progresses, Floyd could take over with control and precision. Yet, Crawford's aggression might sway the judges.
The way he rolls with punches. Look at the way he makes them miss. I mean, here we go. Through a series of punches and nothing really landed. Terrific fight for Mayweather. Oh. Crawford's relentless pressure and power could potentially break through Floyd's feigned defense.
If he maintains volume and forces exchanges, judges may reward his offensive output. That said, it would be razor close, a chess match between generational talents. Now shifting to Canelo's own history of moving up in weight, when he faced Dimitri Bivol at light heavyweight, his ambition came back to haunt him. He only landed 84 punches over 12 rounds, a career low. Bivol outboxed him with precise counters and airtight defense, cruising to a unanimous win. That loss was eye-opening. Canelo's only other defeat came against Mayweather. Against Bivol, he landed just 17% of his shots, according to CompuBox. Afterward, he humbly admitted, "Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose." He's a great fighter. That experience is why Crawford is being cautious and learning from Mayweather to avoid the same pitfalls. Ryan Garcia, speaking on Patrick Bet-David's podcast, spoke glowingly of his friendship with Floyd Mayweather. He described Floyd as one of the few people who could speak truth to him without sugarcoating anything. This trust and respect show how much Mayweather's influence still resonates today. Garcia also named Floyd as someone with the authority to give him hard truths, an endorsement of Floyd's credibility and status in the sport. Meanwhile, Bivol was asked to weigh in on Crawford's chances against Canelo and offered thoughtful praise.
Fight Canelo, 3 divisions up. Good idea, bad idea?
I don't remember sizes of Terence Crawford.
Welterweight.
If he big, actually.
Maybe he's probably.
Bivol noted, "One of the first lessons I learned in boxing was to respect weight classes. But Crawford is special. He has the skills and the IQ. He'll figure it out." Bivol's respect speaks volumes, especially coming from someone who already outclassed Canelo.
To the boxing gym, one of the first lessons which I should learn, it's like you should respect weight classes. What it means. But Terence Crawford now is one of the favorite.
Hall of Famer Timothy Bradley Jr. is also backing Crawford, despite the weight difference. On his YouTube channel, he dismissed talk of Canelo knocking Crawford out, reminding fans that Canelo hasn't had a KO since 2021. Crawford can handle this, he insisted.
I don't know, someone told me to study Canelo, study Crawford. Crawford about to beat the shit out of Canelo Alvarez. I'm letting y'all know right now, he about to beat the brakes off of Canelo Alvarez.
Bradley pointed out how Canelo has gone the distance in fights where he failed to dominate. He compared Crawford to Usyk, who overcame a 50-pound weight disadvantage against Tyson Fury. "Great fighters figure it out," he said.
Yes, he is. Number 2, Devin Haney. You want to get back, man, go back to your roots, bro. Go back to where you started.
He emphasized Crawford's longer reach, quick counters, and ability to pick opponents apart with straight punches. Bradley mocked Canelo's easy fight claim and challenged him not to duck Crawford like he's avoided David Benavidez.
Where'd you start? You started in Mexico, man. Go back, get one of those guys out of there, man. Go back, start there. That's where you start. Go back to your roots, bro. Get some of that humble pie, bro. Go back, start where you started. Start where you started.
Bradley concluded with humor, saying he's drinking Haterade but standing firm in his take. The ball is in Canelo's court. Crawford, now a 4-division champ, has history on his side and momentum too.
Just with Canelo, obviously he had his fight with Edgar Berlanga announced recently. Not received necessarily a positive outcome and reaction he'd have liked. What did you make of it?
Canelo has had a resurgence, with 5 straight wins since losing to Bivol. Teddy Atlas weighed in, saying he refuses to bet against Crawford. Very few people seek real challenges. Crawford does. I won't bet against that.
Listen, I think Berlanga's a talented kid who's getting better. He's improved recently. I think he still needs more seasoning, but I see an improvement in him. He is a talented kid.
Trainer McIntyre also chimed in, saying Crawford has the tools to win a third undisputed title. Real boxing fans know he can beat Canelo. You just have to understand boxing. The next mega fight may land on Cinco de Mayo weekend if Canelo agrees.